Hey friends, welcome back. And I just wanted. Do you hear that? Is that wedding bells? That's right, today's video has to do with one of the biggest decisions of someone's big day, which is what dress they're going to wear. Now, I personally found bridal shopping to be a fun experience, but the same cannot be said for a certain bride on TikTok. And as bad as the shopping experience was, the aftermath was even worse.
Bridal shop to avoid out of Fort Worth. They have a pretty large following on TikTok, but I am honestly just pretty disgusted at how they've handled the situation with my sister. So my sister gets married in about 50 days. They've sent her the wrong dress twice now. Not once have they been apologetic at all. Not once have they offered a solution until today after arguing. And the solution's just not right. First, was that they sent a form before your appointment. And it's like, hey, choose the dresses that we have that you might like so we can have them ready for you. So she did that. And we got there and they didn't even look at the form. And we're like, oh, so what style dresses do you want? And my sister was like, oh, that one that was on the form, whatever. And they're like, can you show me? Why even have the form? But whatever, that's not a big deal. Found her dress pretty much immediately that she wanted. And they're like, yeah, it can be ready by your wedding day, but you should probably pay a rush fee for it. So she paid the rush fee. About 2 months ago, they sent her the dress. Could fit 3 of her in it. It was nowhere near her size. So she let them know, and they were like, oh, what size do you need? She was like, the girl took my measurements. I don't know. Y'all are supposed to take my measurements and order based off of that. And so whatever, they, I guess, figured it out, but they're like, you're gonna have to send that dress back before we order your other dress. And she was like, okay. About 2 weeks ago, she got the second dress. If I'm a wedding store, whatever, I'm not sending somebody the wrong dress twice. Once is enough. Second dress gets here, wrong dress completely. Not the same dress. So my sister's like, what the hell? Guys, this is the wrong dress. They tried to gaslight her and tell her it was the right dress. And she was like, no, it's literally not the right dress. And they're like, oh, well, it might look a little different because it's the same idea of the dress, just a different designer. When you sell somebody something, you don't sell them the idea of that something, you're selling them that something.
I cannot imagine being told that. What's the idea of the dress? So it's not the thing I paid for then. No, which it's even more baffling when they already sent her the right dress. The first dress was the right dress in the wrong size. And then they send this, not even the right dress. And they try and gaslight her. Yeah, it is. I have had it in my hands, people. I don't like a gaslighting any day, but this one is grotesque.
That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. So she obviously doesn't take that for an answer because what the hell? So she contacts operations manager or whatever. She's super not helpful either. She basically just tells her this is the dress, sorry, blah, blah, blah. It's the dress you ordered. It's just a little different. No. So my sister sends her picture because I took pictures of her when she tried the dress on. And she's like, these are the 2 different dresses. They're different. And she was like, oh, I figured out what happened. So when we originally reached out, the dress designer or whatever wasn't going to get it done in time for your wedding, so we ordered you a different one. Come again? You ordered somebody something they didn't purchase from you without asking them if that's okay, and then we're just going to sneak send it. So the solution she offered my sister were to keep the dress that she didn't order, no refund, no anything, no apologies, or get the floor sample that I have pictures of her trying on, and they'll refund her. Now they'll refund her the rush fee. $24 is what they're going to take off of that floor sample. $24. That's all she can offer her. Then my sister's like, okay, well then can I just send this back and get a refund? No, we don't do refunds. You don't do refunds? You don't do refunds? I get if you don't do refunds if she got the dress she bought, but you don't do refunds when you guys didn't give her the dress she bought? That's crazy to me. Birdie Bridal, Fort Worth, out of Fort Worth. Birdie Bridal. Class act.
Okay, so just in case you don't know the terminology, floor sample means the dress that has lived in the store that hundreds of brides have tried on. So this dress is automatically the something borrowed, right? Because she's seen better days. Girl has been through it in the bridal store. They are wanting to send her the floor sample, but they'll take the $24 off, which was the rush fee when she originally purchased it, and they were like, oh, you better do the rush fee so you can get it on time. Apparently you can't get it on time. Apparently you can't get it at all. And then when she's like, can I just return it? No, we don't do returns. You sent her a dress she didn't order. What do you mean? Aside from the Birdie Bridal comment, which I'll read in a second, the husband of the owner on his personal account starts getting in that comment section. And he is being some kind of way. very unapologetic, somewhat aggressive, but very much correcting the OP and then correcting anybody in the comment section. So it was a really bad look from him. But what we get from the official page is this. We at Birdie Bridal made a mistake and we're truly sorry. A TikTok video about Lachey's experience with us has gone viral and we want to address this head on. This is Sybil, the owner, sharing what happened and how we're trying to make it right. The issue started with 2 dresses in our collection that shared the same name. An honest oversight on our end. Okay, wait, what? What? I don't think the sister ever mentioned that. This is a completely new excuse as to how this happened. We sell worldwide and sometimes brides get confused about styles. But in this case, Lachey was absolutely right. Why are you bringing that up? It was an honest mistake. Brides do get confused, but she didn't. So don't mention that because it has nothing to do with the current situation. Our team didn't recognize the mix-up at first and followed our standard exchange process, which isn't too common and unfortunately didn't help. So she wants you to know, it's not common that we have exchanges. Think about that. My staff is wonderful and dedicated, but they didn't loop me in because I was on bed rest and they were trying to shield me from stress. They handled it like a typical inquiry, but this situation wasn't typical at all. This led to some unhelpful responses, and for that, I take full responsibility, as I should have had set them up better when I take this time off to grow our family. So the bed rest is referring to the fact that she's pregnant, which, again, why is that in the apology? Does that have anything to do with the error? I think it only serves to garner sympathy, which if your apology is focused on getting sympathy for yourself, then it's not an apology. But let's continue. As soon as the video gained traction, I learned about the problem and immediately talked with my team. We offered a full refund right away and sent a cash payment directly to Lachey to cover her troubles. Did you? We're getting some mixed things here because last video we saw, she said she hadn't even gotten the refund on her rush fee. This morning, my husband spent 90 minutes meeting with the staff to break down everything that went wrong. We've already implemented changes to prevent this from happening again, like clarifying our dress names and improving our escalation procedures. While this helps future brides, it doesn't undo the stress for Lachey, and we're committed to fixing that too. My husband called Lachey personally, and she was incredibly sweet and understanding, not looking for handouts or drama. Just resolution. What are you talking about? Who said she was looking for handouts or drama? Like why is that even in the stratosphere of this apology? To me, opinion on a YouTube channel. To me, this is very much them trying to subliminally get us to think negatively about Lachey for some reason and get us to feel really bad for them in their situation. We've also placed a rush order on a brand new wedding dress that was the original intent as a backup. If neither works perfectly, we'll do whatever else needed to make it right. To Lachey, her sister, and anyone affected, we sincerely apologize for the unnecessary stress during what should be a joyful time. I founded Birdie to give every bride the amazing experience they deserve, and we fell short here. This has lit a fire under us to review every part of our process and realign with our core mission of exceptional service. We're grateful for our community and are here to listen if you have feedback. If you're a bride with concerns, reach out. We're all in on making things better and giving every bride the experience she deserves. Wow. I cannot believe how much this is we, but not in the sense of we messed up. What we did was inexcusable. We're sorry. It's more like we're gonna be even better at the end of this. Lachey may have paid the price, but you'll get all the benefits. I'm not loving it. And one of the main issues here is it seems like Birdie Bridal is trying to make this a Lachey issue. But there's a ton of comments actually from people who have had really bad experiences. So one woman reaches out saying, "Hi, I'm also a Birdie Bridal Say that 10 times fast. Hi, I'm also a Birdie Bridal bride who bought my dress in April. My stylist measured me completely wrong after putting the wrong dress in my portal. Here I am 1 month for my wedding day with nothing to wear and no answers." Yikes. Another person says, I bought a dress from there. I was super excited, bought it, and when I took it to get taken up, I'm short as junk. The alterations lady mentioned it was cool I bought a dress someone else wore and already altered. This was never ever once disclosed to me. I wouldn't have bought it if it was. All I was told was that it was the last dress, so it was the last dress of that style. Not that it was clearly altered to fit someone else specifically. They did not tell her all that work had been done to the dress. The alterations were ridiculous, and she also had to fix previously altered spots that were done bad. I am so glad someone is speaking out about how they are. The same thing happened to me. They ordered my dress way too big, but then they told me they didn't have time to send it back or order a new one, so I just had to get it altered. They had an in-store alteration lady and made you use her, and she was awful. So maybe the previous commenter had their dress altered by this woman, perhaps. She did not listen to me at all about my concerns about the way the dress was fitting, and it was still way too big on me. Finally, we just told her it was fine and then ended up taking the dress somewhere else, and the lady was appalled at the work that had been done on it. She basically redid my whole dress. It was a nightmare. This is wild. So they have not only like disorganization, the owner's on bed rest, they're sending the wrong dresses, they're apparently having very bad customer service issues, but now we have an alteration lady there that they make everybody use allegedly, and allegedly she ain't great. Oh my God, this is a nightmare. Okay, so the comments are racking up at this point. Many comments like these. This is not a Lachey issue as they're making it seem. This is an issue with this bridal shop. And our owner comes off of bed rest to give us her apology. I'm going to say apology because she's not really apologizing. Just listen to this.
Hi everyone, it's me, Sybil, the owner of Birdie Bridal. I just am so extremely sorry, and I feel whatever is worse than bad about what has happened with Shay's dress. I didn't make a video for the past few days because I didn't want to cry on camera, because I just didn't want it to look like I was trying to get sympathy, because I don't deserve that, and our business doesn't deserve sympathy because we royally messed up, and we have been extremely blessed over the last 7 years with the best brides and the best experiences for me, helping so many brides find the dress. Just so great business. I stepped away to have a baby, and I thought I set my staff up for success while I was gone, but obviously didn't do a good enough job, and a lot of them have been with me since I had my last baby, so they know the stress, or not stress, but they know kind of my history, and were trying to shield me from the stress, so I wouldn't go into labor like I did with my previous pregnancies. I'm back to work today, and I'm at my baby viability week now, so I'm here and I'm making sure none of this will ever happen again. I cannot explain to you how awful, just extremely awful I feel about Shay's dress and just how everything was handled, and just we're putting every single guardrail into place that this will never happen again. And we've never been canceled before, canceled. So I'm not really sure how to navigate this, but I just wanted to try to speak from the heart and explain how awfully sorry I am to Shay, and also letting down my staff on just how much they have had to deal with over the past few days, and hope that we can still go on as a business from here. But I understand people are mad, and I understand why. So just thanks for listening.
First and foremost, I want to say I totally know that when you're pregnant, You have a lot of hormones. I think we all can appreciate that. I'm not sure where she is in her pregnancy, but regardless if you're on bed rest so that your baby and your pregnancy is viable, I am sure that's an extremely tense time. However, all of that is personal issues. Those are issues that have nothing to do with the business. It's weird because she's almost like celebrating her staff. She did the same thing in the text apology. They're so great. They don't want to stress me out. But are they great? Like, is your staff great? If this is what happened when you were away, this just makes me feel like she doesn't understand the gravity of what has happened to Lachey, but also all these other brides that are complaining. Like, maybe we need to really rethink our business practices here, because it's feeling like it's very personal, family style, but you're affecting all these other people. It feels very self-centered to me to be so fixated on, well, I'm on bed rest. And, you know, I've been really trying, and my staff is really trying. Okay, well, don't have your doors open then. If you can't fulfill the very basics of your business, which is to get the dress they bought to them, then you're not in a place to be running a business. Period. I empathize all day, but I also empathize with the brides. And saying you got canceled, you're getting canceled if it isn't the consequences of your own actions. Additionally, like, the comments that were made were by your husband, girl. Your husband was in there being completely unprofessional. Your staff is being accused of being unprofessional. That apology was very unprofessional. I don't mind that she's crying. I mind that she cried in the video because it makes it about her. It's okay to have big feelings, but get those out and then film an apology, because it's not about you. It's about what you've done. And then the craziest finale of all. I'm not even going to show it to you because this video is already long, but basically the sister of the bride comes out and is like, they're handling it. We're going to get that floor sample, and if it's not right, we will send it back and get a refund. And she seems resolved, and it seems over. And then in the comments, we have this update to the update. They asked her if she had opened the dress, and when she did, she realized that they zipped the dress in the zipper of the dress bag, and now the dress is ruined. Thanks, Birdie Bridal official, for being so careless. And there's a photo of the dress. You can see there's like a line from where the zipper ripped the dress. So after all of that, when all they had to do was send the floor sample, and what did they do? Zipped the dress into the zipper of the dress bag. So I assume they will be sending that sucker back and getting their full refund. My God, just when you think they can't do anything worse. At the end of this, I guess I'm gonna give Birdie Bridal 2 thumbs down, not only for the experience of the brides, but for how they handle when experiences go bad. Hopefully you will give this video 1 thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it. And other than that, make sure to subscribe to see more videos like it. And I will see you next time, friends. Bye.